Hello! Good day to everyone. For today's video lesson, we are going to tackle all about scientific notation. Okay, so we're going to write numbers in its scientific notation, and we're going to write scientific notation into its standard form. Okay, so please continue and enjoy watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so as to help others learn all about mathematics made easy with teacher Phoebe.
Okay, so for today's video lesson, what we are going to have will be all about writing numbers in scientific notation. Yung from writing scientific notation into standard form or decimal form will be separate video. So we'll just focus on how to write numbers in scientific notation in this video. Okay, so what is it about scientific notation? First, let us discuss the meaning of scientific notation. Scientific notation is a system of notation used to express very large or very small numbers conveniently. So, kailan daw natin to ginagamit? Ginagamit natin to kung masyadong mahaba or malaki yung number natin at kung masyado naman siyang maliit. So, kung masyadong malaki, it's really very whole number na mahabang-mahaba with plenty of digits. And kapag masyado naman siyang maliit, it's a decimal number na madaming zeros sa unahan at nandun makikita mo sa unahan yung decimal point. It uses exponents. So, gumagamit daw tayo ng exponent sa pagsusulat ng number in its scientific notation. Okay? And it requires the use of many zeros, which can be confusing. Kumbaga, para daw hindi tayo It uses exponents so as not to require the use of many zeros, which can be confusing and lead to errors. So, gumagamit daw tayo ng exponent bilang kapalit dun sa mahabang zeros or mahabang numbers na yon para mas mapaliit natin mas mapaiksi, mas mapadali para hindi tayo malito sa pagsusulat ng numbers. A scientific notation is written in the form. So, ganito daw yung form natin ng scientific notation. Sa pagsusulat natin ng numbers in scientific notation, laging nakaganito yung pattern natin. Ganito yung format. A times 10 raised to n. So, A is the given number at i-derive natin yon times 10. So, standard to. Talagang ganito na talaga to. In short, kopyahin mo lang to. And then n. N is the number of times you move the decimal point, whether to the right or to the left. Etong A na to, pwedeng, it must be, pwedeng equal siya sa 1, pwedeng lagpas siya sa 1, pero bawal siyang lumagpas sa 10. In short, it must be in between 1 and 10 only. So, pwedeng 1.1, pwedeng 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, so on and so forth, hanggang 9.7, 9.8, 9.9. And bawal lang talaga siyang lumagpas sa 10. So, bawal siyang maging 10, bawal siyang maging 11. Okay? So, maiintindihan natin yan in an example later. It is written as a number from 1 through 9 multiplied by 10 raised to the appropriate exponent, like what I said to you a while ago. Okay? So, let us now have an illustrative examples. To understand clearly how to change numbers into its scientific notation, let us go and travel to outer space and see the solar system. Right. We all know that solar system consists of the sun, planets, moon, and asteroids. This is the sun. Okay, that's your sun. This is the Mercury, the Venus, and the planet where we live, the Earth. The Earth's moon. Ah, wait. Okay, so here is the Earth. That is where we live. Nandyan tayo sa Philippines. Here is the Philippines. And the Earth's moon. Yan ang moon natin. Close up. Okay. And the planet Mars, the Jupiter, the Saturn, the Uranus, Neptune, and the dwarf planet Pluto. Okay. So let us now have the following illustrated examples. Example number one. Okay. How far is the Earth from the Sun? How far do you think it is? It says that the Earth is 93 million miles away from the Sun. Kung i-convert natin tong miles na to, 1 mile is approximately equal to 1,609 meters. So therefore, if we convert 93 million miles into meters, the answer will give you 149 billion meters. So ibig sabihin, kailangan mong bumili ng 149 billion meter stick bago ka makarating sa sun. At pagdating mo doon sa sun, sigurado sunog ka. Ayaw naman natin mangyari yon, okay? So, let us now have the following. Change 93 million miles into scientific notation. The given number is 93 million. To change it into scientific notation, we must follow the pattern A times 10 raised to n, where A is the given number and n is the exponent. So the given number A must be derived from this number, okay? Na kung saan daw, ano yung sabi natin kanina? Your A must be more than, okay? Pwedeng equal sa 1, pwedeng more than sa 1, but it must not be more than 10. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng 1.1, 1.2, so on and so forth, basta hindi pwedeng lumagpas. Now, going back to the given number that we have, what we're going to do is that first, determine where the decimal point is. So, there's your decimal point. Then, step number 2, determine the significant figures. This means that just disregard the remaining zeros here. However, if there is a zero in between, kasama yon sa significant. Hindi mo yun buburahin. So, ito yung significant figure natin, yung 93. Then, what you're going to do is that step number 3, move the decimal point going to the significant figures that we have. So, i-move na natin siya. And take note of how many times you move the decimal point to the significant digits or significant figures that you have. So, let us now move. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So, dito tayo mag-i-stop. Bakit dito tayo mag-i-stop? Kasi kung dito lang tayo mag-i-stop, 93 to. And remember, ano daw ang sabi? Dapat daw yung A mo ay bawal lumagpas sa 10. And 93 to. So, dapat, ibig sabihin, i-move pa natin siya ng isa pa. Okay? I-move pa natin yung decimal point dito. So, we're going to have 9.3. Bawal na rin natin siyang bawal na rin natin iusog yung decimal point ng saga doon sa unahan kasi magiging 0.93 na yon. So, mababa na yun sa 1. Ibig sabihin, ang tatandaan nyo lang lagi lang kayong mag-iiwan ng isang digit dito sa unahan. Tapos, nandun yung decimal point. Okay? Tatanggalin na natin ngayon yung decimal point dito. Ililipat natin siya dito. And then, pag nalipat na natin, step number 4 is that After moving the decimal point, step number 4, copy. So, magkakaroon na tayo ng 9.3. Okay, erase na yun natin yung zeros na yon, kunin lang natin yung 9.3, then copy times 10, and do not forget to write your exponent. Ano bang magiging exponent natin? Ang exponent natin ay nakadepende sa kung ilang beses kang nag-move ng decimal point. You will see here that you move the decimal point 7 times. So therefore, ang magiging exponent natin ay 7. Saan nga to galing na 7 na to? Sa number of times you move the decimal point. Take note that the exponent here is positive. Why? Because the given number that we have is a whole number. At kapag whole number daw yon, automatic, your exponent is positive. And that is already your final answer. Now let us go back again to the solar system that we have. For illustrative example number 2. Okay, doon naman tayo sa moon. How far do you think is the moon away from the earth? Okay? 'Di ba natatanaw lang natin ang moon mula sa kinatatayuan natin or kinauupuan natin? Gaano kaya kalayo ang moon sa atin? Right? It says here that the moon is 385 million meters away from the Earth. So, kinakailangan mo ng 385 million na meters stick bago mo maabot ang moon. Okay? So, anyways, hindi naman tayo makakarating doon. Right? So, let us just change that number into its scientific notation. So, to change 385 million meters into scientific notation, let us get our number. Here is our number. Change it into the form, scientific notation form A times 10 raised to n, where your A will be derived from this number. And your A daw dapat lagpas sa 1, pero hindi lalagpas sa 10. And then, going back to the number that you have, determine the decimal point of your number. Since this is a whole number, alam nating lahat na ang decimal point niya ay nasa dulo. And then, move it. After that, do not forget to determine your significant figure. Your significant figure is this one. Kumbaga, tandaan nyo lang lagi na pag sinabi natin significant figures, yun yung mga number na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tatanggalin lang natin yung 0 sa dulo. Then, i-move na natin yung decimal point. So, start counting. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hihinto na ba tayo? Not yet. Kasi 385 to. Lagpas to sa 10. So, tuloy ka pa rin. Hihinto ka na ba? Not yet. 38.5 yon. Kapag naging 38.5 yon, lagpas pa rin yun sa 10. So, i-move pa natin ng isa pa. So, we're going to have 3.85. Lagpas pa ba yun sa 10? Hindi na. Okay? So, doon tayo hihinto. At tatanggalin natin yung decimal point here. Transfer it here, then equals what? Consider the numbers 3.85, tanggalin natin yung zeros na yon, and then copy times 10, then write your exponent. Your exponent is based from how many times you move the decimal point. So, ilang beses tayong nag-move ng decimal point? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So, your final answer will be 3.85 times 10 raised to 8. Okay? So let us now go back again to the solar system that we have here and move on to example number 3. Alright, so everything in the universe the consists of this what is so called atom. Okay, this is how an atom looks like. Okay, yan. Ganyan daw ang itsura ng atom. What do you think is the mass of an atom? Here it is. Yeah, kikita nyo ba yan? An atom with an atomic mass unit of 0.00000000000000000 so on and so forth. 0166. You see that? Ganyan daw kagaan ang atomic mass unit. It is, you, di talaga barely eh. You cannot see an atom. Okay? But anyways, hindi naman yun yung target natin. What we're going to do is that to change that given long number into its scientific notation. So, change this atomic mass unit into its scientific notation. You will see here that you have here 0 point. So, ibig sabihin nandito yung point natin. This signifies that this is not a whole number. This is a decimal number. Diba? Isipin nyo na lang yung number na 1. Yung number na 1, maliit na yon. Pero, mas sobrang liit pa nito. And lahat ng zeros niya ay nandito sa kaliwa. Kanina, yung present kong example, lahat ng zeros ay nasa kanan. Those are all whole number yon. Pero this one, this is a decimal number at ang decimal point niya nandito sa unahan. So how are we going to change it into its scientific notation? Again, let's take that number. So yan yung given number natin. And then change it into the form a times 10 raised to n. Your a will be that number where your a must be greater than 1 but not more than 10. But you see here na eto talagang sobrang mababa na siya compared sa 1. So, kailangan talaga mailipat natin yung decimal point. So, determine the decimal point. Here is your decimal point. Then after that, determine the significant figures. Yan yung significant figures natin. So, disregard the zeros here. Then, step number 3, move the decimal point going to the significant figures here. Take note how many times you move the decimal point. So, move the decimal point. Let's move and count at the same time. So, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay? So, doon natin siya i-move. Bakit hindi dito? Kasi you will see here, pag dinisregard natin tong zeros na to, 166 to. Pag dinisregard natin yung zeros. And 166, sobra pa siya sa 10. So, kailangan pa talaga natin siya i-move ng isa pa. Pag nag-move tayo ng isa pa, wag na natin iusog hanggang dito kasi pagka doon natin ilipat yung point, 16.6 yon. And 16.6 is still lagpas siya sa 10. So, hanggang dito lang talaga natin i-move ang decimal point. Remove the decimal point here, ilipat natin dito. Lagi bang dito kapag naka-decimal? Yes. Okay? So, laging hanggang dyan lang. No need to move it here. Then, after that, what are you going to do next? Alright, so disregard the zeros. You just copy 1.66, copy the times 10, and then your exponent will be, what will be your exponent? Right, negative 27. Why is it so? Bakit naging negative yung exponent natin dito? It's because the given number is a decimal number. At kapag decimal number yung given, therefore, matik yun, naka-negative yung iyong exponent dito. And this is already your final answer. Right? So let us now go back again to our solar system and let us have the last but not the least example. Okay? I'm sure very familiar kayo dito. Okay? Anywhere in the world at consists of the following. Ayan, hindi yan nawawala sa atin. That. Right. Do you know what is that? That is a dust particle. What is the mass of a dust particle? Dust particle, sa Tagalog, alikabok. Nakikita ba natin yung alikabok? Ang isang piraso ng alikabok, nakikita ba ninyo? Pagsama-sama sila at kumpul-kumpul sila, pwede pa. Pero kung mag-isa lang siya, you barely see it with your eyes, okay? It says here that the mass of a dust particle is 0.000000753 kilograms. So, walang-wala talaga siya sa grain of rice. Mas maliit pa siya sa grain of rice. And I believe mas maliit pa siguro siya sa pores ng skin natin. Kasi ang pores ng skin natin, nakikita pa natin, di ba? Okay, so, change the following number into its scientific notation. So, let's take out our number. That's our given number. Then again, follow the format a times 10 raised to n. This is the scientific notation form, where your a will be derived from this given number, and it must not be less than 1. So, kinakailan lagpas siya sa 1, and it must not be greater or more than. So, step number 1, again, determine the decimal point. There's your decimal point. And then step number 2, determine the significant figure. That's your significant figure. So when we determine the significant figures, again, for the fourth time, you just disregard the zeros. Okay, so your significant figure is 753 or 753. Then for step number 3, move the decimal point going to your significant figure. So let's move, and at the same time, take note of how many times you move the decimal point. So let's count. This is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, titigil na ba tayo? Hindi pa. Kasi kapag dito lang natin ilipat yung decimal point, 753 to. Lagpas pa siya sa 10. Kinakailangan daw dapat ay hindi lagpas sa 10. How do we do that? By moving again another. Okay, the decimal point. So, erase the decimal point here. Ilipat natin dito. Okay, lagi bang ganyan? Yes po, 7.53. Bawal siya dito. Kasi kapag nandito, 75.3 yon, lagpas yun sa 10. So, nasaan lang natin ililipat ang decimal point? Just right after the first digit. Okay, then disregard the zeros to the left. After disregarding, what you're going to do next is, syempre, we write our number into scientific notation. Get 7.53. Ito din lang naman yon. Then, copy that times 10 there. And then, write your exponent. What will be your exponent? Your exponent depends upon how many times you move the decimal point. So, that is negative 10. And again, why negative? It's because the given number that we have is a decimal number. So, that is why magiging negative talaga yung exponent natin. And that is your final answer. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please get back again for the continuation of scientific notation, and that will be changing scientific notation to standard or decimal form naman. Pabaliktad naman tayo sa next video natin. Okay, so God bless. Bye-bye!